Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Is there anyone out there watching me anymore? Does anyone care what Uncle Bruce says? Hey, hi, good morning. Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm your buddy Uncle Bruce, and well, I got to tell you, we're live from Cape Town, South Africa today. And I sure hope you're having a great day. Our friends at Sofi just released their financials. As usual, they exceeded all expectations. They've upped their guidance for the full year and for next quarter, and they are having exceptional results from operations across every platform they're involved in. Kind of boring, but it's every time 9 consecutive quarters of profits. 25.27 is where I see the shares at this moment in time in the pre-market up 91 cents, which in my opinion is $5 lower than where they should be, but that's my opinion. You have yours. It'll be interesting to see how the shares react here going forward. Will they surge any higher, and if so, by much? How much? We did hit 25.80, I think, for a moment. But these numbers will now be digested by the street and the community. Remember, though, the entire world's financial community is all wrapped up in the announcement of the new Fed chairman to be, the new nominee that Trump is going to put in. And the markets were really worried about this guy an hour and a half ago when the markets, the triple Qs were down $5-6, and now they are coming back on again. So, try to figure this market out. The Qs right now, 627.09. They're down 234. However, they were as low as about 621.50 about 2.5 hours ago. So there's been a $5 recovery in the Qs this morning, pre-market, and we're down 274 on that. And if any of you are following GameStop out there, are any GameStop people still around here? I think so. There have been some very positive, in-depth, reasonable articles written about GameStop lately. You may have noticed it. I noticed one in Barron's. Now I've noticed one in the Wall Street Journal. All of a sudden, GameStop has got street cred, and it's being pumped up by the guy from Michael Burry. Isn't that his name, Michael Burry? The guy with the one eye who was in the he was in the housing bubble. He made all kinds of money betting against the housing market. He was in the movie The Big Short. They sort of had Christian Bale played the part of Michael Burry. Michael Burry is comparing Mr. Cohen to the Oracle of Wall Street. He's telling the world this guy is as smart as Warren Buffett, and he has got the same kind of game plan. He's going to get involved in businesses at really good bargain prices and do something big. The article that I read today in the Wall Street Journal was most interesting in that it alluded to the fact that GameStop could well be acquiring a larger company than itself, a big acquisition. And I've told you guys about this a year ago, 2 years ago. I told you guys that as he was raising all this money, Mr. Ryan Cohen, that what he could do is he could go after a larger company because he's got the cash and he can get his hands on more cash. And I would not put it past him to buy Best Buy, that he'll buy Best Buy. He'll take over Best Buy. How? He'll buy a block of stock on the open market and just start buying it up. He'll get to the 4.9% level and won't have to declare it, although he will declare it. And then he'll just go after to 12, 15, 20%, and he'll own most of the shares. The free trading, he'll own most of the free trading stock. He can then put in a share-for-share deal and take it over. With 10 billion cash lying around, he can get his hands on 5 billion like that. He could make a big move into a chunk of that company. I'm just saying. Now you've got Best Buy in international markets. You shut down a whole bunch more GameStop stores and you put them inside Best Buy stores. So now you have a sub-store inside the big store, and you go from 4,300 locations to 1,000 locations, and they're all inside Best Buy. And there's still malls with GameStop stores, but now it's GameStop Best Buy stores. I can see that. Just my personal opinion. I have no inside track on this, but he could do that. I've also said to you guys that he could make a splash with AI type companies. He could get involved with C3.ai Inc. He could get in there and fund them with 500 million bucks and take a 12% position or 20% position. He could do that with Unity. He could do that with all kinds of other companies who are potential up and comers in the AI world, and he can fund them, give them guaranteed funding for the next 3, 4, 5 years, and take major stakes in a bunch of different companies. There's stuff coming on GameStop, and the shares are going to go. They're going to run. We're 23.29 on GameStop, only up 48 cents. The big world isn't paying attention to it in a big way yet, but these legitimate articles that are showing up are catching my attention, to say the least. So there's that. But today, all eyes are on our friends, Mr. Noto, Anthony Noto, and his group at SoFi. 25.45 right now is the pre-market. You have undoubtedly been noticing the trend the last week and a half, where the shares of SoFi have been going down, and they recover a little bit, they get slammed down, and then they recover a little bit, they get slammed down, and the last 2 days it has been so obvious that someone has been hammering the crap out of this stock that it goes up 20 cents and gets hammered down 30, it comes back 15, it gets hammered down 25, it comes back 10 cents, gets hammered down 20, and the next thing you know, you see the stock yesterday as low as 24.05 yesterday at one point, closing last night at 24.36, down 24 cents. The day before earnings, these earnings that we just saw come through, $1 billion in revenue, first time ever for a quarter, 174 million net profit. That is almost an 18% profit margin for a bank. Hello, is anybody home out there? Hello, wake up out there, you people. These analysts in New York, not you people, my viewers, the analysts in New York are asleep at the switch, completely oblivious to how profitable SoFi is. The fact that they are profitable is a no-brainer. The question and the matter is how incredibly profitable they are per dollar generated in revenues. These guys are going to grow revenues by 30% a year going forward, again and again and again. This is going to add up to huge bottom line profits for the company. The company is projecting 60 cents a share profits now, I guess, for 2026. Well, what kind of multiple should they have? If they're going to make 60 cents this year, they probably made 35, 40 cents last year. Next year, what are they going to make? Are they going to make $1 a share next year? $1.20? Are they going to double it? If that's true, and you go a year out from now, $1.20 a share net profit, 40 times earnings is $40 to $48 a share. And that's lower PE multiple they've been trading at lately. We've been seeing them in the 50s. And this is chump change compared to a lot of other growth stocks out there. Like Palantir, that was 550 times earnings. Tesla was 150, 250 times earnings. These guys are trading at 40, 50 times earnings. And they've got the earnings. And they're going to get the earnings. And so SoFi is so below priced for the next 12 to 24 months. Here at 25, 27, this is a joke. But hey, I can't get in the middle of some hedge fund or whoever this is that has been trying to slam this market down. For whatever reason they've been trying to slam it, I have no idea why. But at 25.32 a share, to me, with the kind of revenues they're generating right now, this is a joke for the stock. This is way underpriced. Now, some people out there will say, but Bruce, Bruce, here in Wall Street, where we wear three-piece suits and have a cocktail at lunch like we used to in the 70s, like the Mad Men did in the 50s, we believe that banks should be trading between 10 and 15 times earnings. After all, they are staid, conservative financial institutions. Yeah, that's what you believe. Wake up to the reality, folks. 30 to 40% growth in membership per quarter. 1 million members last quarter, by the way. They added 1 million members. This isn't staid, conservative financial management. This is explosive growth what we're talking about here. This stock is a growth stock, huge, and it is backed with cash. They just raised that 1.5 billion, 1.7 billion with the options of additional capital to employ and put together to deploy into their business. These guys aren't going to make 60 cents a share this year like management projects. They're going to make 80 cents a share this year. They're sandbagging us every time. You all know this if you've been here a while. They sandbag us every time. I'm excited for Sofi's upside. A little upset about how cheap the stock is, but on the other hand, I gotta say, what an opportunity to get this stock. What an opportunity to write cash secured puts on this stock. What an opportunity to write credit spreads. What an opportunity to buy deep in the money calls and write poor man covered calls. What a good opportunity to write calls if you want to write calls, but I wouldn't go a year and a half out writing any calls. I would go 3 to 6 months out, and I'd be over 30 a share because I am afraid of the upside of this stock. I'm not afraid of the downside. These nickels and dimes right now are being bandied about. Don't bother me. This sucker is about to blow much higher. Now, I've talked to you before many times about the idea that maybe there's a possibility that this company could become part of the S&P 500. I've talked about it. Others have talked about it. Unfortunately, with the stock where it is and the market cap of 31 billion, this isn't going to get S&P all excited. But on the other hand, I have seen this play out before, as have you. Some of you have seen stocks like Rocket Lab go from the 30s to the 70s. Some of you have seen Palantir go from 15, 20 bucks to 100 plus, $150 a share. This sucker can go to 40, 50 bucks a share this year. It can. It might. And that would definitely put it in the 50, 60 billion market cap neighborhood. That is S&P inclusion, almost guaranteed. Just saying, again, everything I'm throwing at you, my opinion, and you have to decide for yourself what to make of it. GameStop, cash secured puts. GameStop, credit spreads. GameStop, poor man cover calls, all available for you if you want to learn how to write options and how to do any of these investment strategies. I cannot emphasize enough what you need to do is you got to get your butt over to my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. There it is. You got to get your butt over there, and you got to pick up some of the classes, starting at class number 1 and number 2 and number 3. By the time you watch the first 5, 6 classes, your head is spinning with all kinds of possibilities. By the time you get through 7 to 10 to 12 lessons, there's 19 of them. Once you get to 12, you are going to be lacking sleep for weeks because you're going to be going, oh my God, I could be doing this, I could do this, I could do this. And I suggest you do a practice account or write one option here, write 3 options there, do a couple of cash secured puts over here, and just sort of tinker and see what turns you on and what you like about it. But there are 19 lessons for you available for you to change your economic future, become an option writer. Jennifer and I are on the Queen Anne cruise ship with Cunard right now in Cape Town, South Africa. And what am I doing these days? I'm writing options. Why wouldn't I write options? When I have a view like this out of my window and I see Table Mountain over there, why wouldn't I want to do that? Let's see if you can show. There's Table Mountain over there with the background there of Cape Town, South Africa. Welcome to the party, pal. We have figured out that being the casino is the way to go in this market, as opposed to being the buyer of these contracts. And so there you go, kids. Get your piece of the action and let's have some fun. Welcome all to the show. Thank you for these comments. Robert is here. Hello, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. It's so nice to see you live. Kilo is here. Good afternoon from Europe. We got, are we moving to 30 there? Does Orange Man speak and no one bats an eye except for no idea what's going on there. Buongiorno from Andrea. Robert, hello. Good morning, y'all, from Mark. 8 degrees here in New Jersey. Ostergaard, hello everybody. Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Waterbury, Connecticut. Robert is saying one below in Waterbury, USA. It's 3 degrees here, no wind, and sometimes the sun takes a little peek. Amy is here. Welcome. And welcome to Hector, Computer Whiz, Jude, Doug, welcome. Mojo is here. SZYM. Let's go GameStop. CD is here. Welcome all. Yeah, Jen, thank you for that info on the new Fed chairman that's being nominated. I have no idea how long it'll take for this guy to get the job. I don't know how long it's going to take. Alex, good day. Computer was, I sold 5 Sofi puts at $24.50 for $199 just yesterday. Today should be a good day. $25.51 is the current last trade on the pre-market, up $1.15. So yeah, these 24.50s are out of the money and falling in value. If you don't know what this means, you got to take my classes from my website. Do yourself a favor and make an investment in yourself. Learn how to become an option writer. Writing 5 cash secured puts, anyone can do this. You can do 5 put credit spreads as well. You could do 5 credit spreads with a $2 spread. You need $1,000 to do that. You need $1,000 to write 5 credit spreads with a $2 spread. You don't understand what that means? Go to my website and do yourself a favor. Learn how to become an option writer. Aurora, good day. Rocketeer, good morning. Nice to see you again. WC Saga, Wasaga, welcome. Who else is here? Mike is in the house. Hi, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Thank you all for popping in and saying hello to us. We appreciate it. Auntie Jen is doing well. Say hi, Auntie Jen. Hello, Auntie Jen. Oh, she's asleep. I'm sorry. She fell asleep. Oh no, she's kind of around. She's around. We just had lunch and it was great. Welcome all. Walter Young, good morning, sir. Bagel Familia, welcome to you and your family. Nice to see you all with us today. Live from Cape Town, South Africa. We're here for another 24 hours, and then we leave port. We work our way through the rest of South Africa, Port Elizabeth and Durban, and then we're working our way all the way up to Sri Lanka and Kuala Lumpur and Singapore. 3 weeks from now, roughly, we'll be in Singapore. And we'll keep you posted on how we're doing. We're very much enjoying the trip. Most interesting session, 25.52 on SoFi. Heavy volume, as to be expected. The company is delivering on all kinds of metrics. Cheers to all of you around the world who follow us and have been following us since 2021. We love you. We do appreciate you. GameStop this morning is up 48 cents. The Qs are down 273 at 626. They've come back about $5+. MSTR Strategy down 226. These are pre-market quotes. We have Apple down $1.82. They came out with very good numbers last night. Record revenues, record margins are great, and yet there's concern about future cost increases to the company. Absolute bunk, complete bunk reasoning to not like the numbers. $184 billion in gross sales in revenue last quarter. That's not too shabby. Silver is getting smoked today, down 11% so far, Rocketeer says. Brucery, I think Uncle Bruce is Ryan Cohen's uncle. There you go. And RC buying public companies, and AA has MNPI, whatever that means, and whoever that is. Microsoft, like I said, was under tremendous pressure yesterday, by the way. It lost at one point $60 a share. It came back to lose about 50. 48 final tally, $48 loss, up $2 this morning to $4.35. Tesla up $9.60 this morning, lost $15 yesterday after being up 15 in the pre-market the night before when their earnings came out. It was a very weird day for those guys. Google down 220 today. They report next week. Amazon down 183. Nvidia down 194. Meta, Facebook, big day yesterday, up $69 a share, sitting now with a loss of $7.96. A little give back going on. Amazing. ASTS is sitting at 120 bucks a share. I remember talking to you guys about ASTS in the 30s, the 40s, and the 50s. Now it's at 120 range. Incredible. They're going higher. They're firing on all cylinders. They're going to do really, really well. Walter Anthony Noto is live on CNBC. Nothing wrong with that. You know how this guy operates, folks. If you've been following him a while, you know he's going to make the rounds at Bloomberg, at Fox, everywhere else. His stock now is $25.70 at the moment, up $1.34. Material, non-public information, insider information, says Bruce Uri. Kilo, Bruce, I've lost the bookmarks to a few of the classes. Can I send you an email to get the full list of classes I bought? Yes, you can. If any of you have questions about my classes, you're having trouble figuring out how to acquire them on my website, get a hold of me with an email. The link is down below. You can fire me an email, and I will try to help you out. My email address, by the way, is right here, brucefarmer@hotmail.com. And I check my email frequently. And if you need a hand or trying to figure out what classes you can't find your classes, send me an email. Let me know. When did you buy them? Do you remember when you bought them? Did you buy them on a special sale, or did you buy them through the website? If you remember that, then I know where to search to figure out which ones you got. Okay, 25.62 on Sofi now. Volume is approaching, we're probably over 2 million by now. No doubt about it. B. Blake is here, says hello. And Kilo says, thank you, sir. You got it. Giddy up, kids. I think these shares are still $3-4 too low. They should be close to $30 a share. Maybe they'll get there in the next day or two or three as all of this information filters into the street. I don't know. 25.74 is where we're at right now, up $1.38. But we have been suppressed this last week and a half, unbelievably, under 27, now all the way down to the 24 level. I don't know why. Makes no sense to me, but the numbers speak for themselves on all metrics. 1 million members last quarter, new record. $1 billion in revenue, new record. First time they've hit $1.25 billion of revenue. 174 million net profit, highest quarterly profit of all time. Every segment of that business is growing, leaps and bounds. It's fantastic. Thank you, everybody. I'm ready for a good SoFi Friday, says B. Blake. SoFi option rates are popping. Hoster Guard, I decided to dip my toe in a shorter term puts. Feb 26 expiry for Rocket Lab, 1 month put written 2 days ago. 86 strike, $9 premium, a 10% profit seemed good for a month. Not bad at all. That is a very good profit for a month. Well done. You can do credit spreads on Rocket Lab, put credit spreads well behind the stock. ASTS, SoFi, GameStop, any of the Magnificent Seven, stay well behind them for 2 weeks, a month out, and go with put credit spreads. I think you'll do rather well. Even with Microsoft, I did some put credit spreads yesterday on that dip when they were down 55, whatever a share. I went behind the market, did a couple of put credit spreads, and by the end of the day, I was out of the position and I had made money. I will take a free ride like that. But, and again, you got to decide what works for you. Are you a short day trader, weekly trader, or are you more comfortable being a 1 month, 3 month, 1 year out kind of a writer of options? That's the best part about the options market. You can pick the strategy that suits you the best. If you love those 0 day to expiry options and you love doing different strategies there, my classes will help you in that regard as well, because there are several strategies you can employ, including iron condors and put call credit spreads and a few other strategies. Knock yourself out. Welcome all to the program, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm on for a limited amount of time, and then I'm going to shut the show down and leave you to the market and enjoy the hopefully a lot of upside. I hope you're doing well. Thanks again. If any of you can find the thumbs up button, it would be tremendously appreciated if you could find the thumbs up button and give this broadcast a thumbs up. These help dramatically with our promotion from YouTube. YouTube will promote the channel and will promote my shows. Thank you again for those of you who can find it and hit that thumbs up button for us. It is fabulous. 25.74 now on Sofi, pushing the close to the high of the day, which I think was in the pre-market 25.80. Now, this is the pre-market. This is not the market itself. It's just the pre-market. It's 7:30 New York time, I believe, 7:36. We will open in about just short of 2 hours from now, and we'll see just how the market actually does on the opening itself. It's very possible. Anything is possible. One of the scenarios is we may only get to 25.20 and 25.50 and not go any higher. Other possibilities is that we open at 25 something and we go right to 26, 7, and 8. There could well be buy orders waiting to come into this market that will blow the sellers completely out of the water. Your first 10, 20, 30 minutes will show you a lot about what could be going on here with Sofi. And so stick around and enjoy the ride. If you're a long-termer and a long-term believer like I am, and you believe that these shares can reach 40 to 50 and higher a share, today doesn't matter. It's just another day in the long history of the upside of this company, the possible upside of this company, and you just let it happen and kind of go from there. So whichever works, works. It's all good. 25.72 now is where I think the market is. I could be incorrect, but I think that's where the market is at the moment. Thank you all for joining us and being here for this pre-market live quick little peek at what is going on with Sofi. Unbelievable. GameStop, as I said, they're getting positive press all of a sudden in very high places. Wall Street Journal, positive article. Barron's the other day, positive article. I think there may have been an article in MarketWatch. So they're getting covered quite a bit here lately in a positive way, GameStop, where the writers are admitting that the company is, sitting on a pile of money. Now, some of them are saying that GameStop has about 4.8 billion in cash and 4+ billion in liabilities, loans. Now, the reality is that the company has issued convertible debentures, convertible notes into stock for $4+ billion. But this has been noted and been talked about. We've covered this a long time ago. And what the articles don't say about these notes is that this 4 billion they've got theoretically borrowed against the company, which the loan will never be called. It's all going to be issued, stock to be issued instead. Zero interest. There isn't a penny of interest being paid by GameStop for any of this dough, as far as I know. And so it's all free cash to GameStop for Ryan Cohen to do whatever he wants. In other words, 9+ billion in cash, 500 million in crypto, and he's got the warrants out there at 31.50, which will become a memory not too long from now, because I predict the shares will bust through 30 into the 35-40 range. All those warrants will be exercised no matter who owns them, and the company will get almost $2 billion additional dollars in cash in its hot little hands. And that'll put him at about 12 billion cash, 500 million crypto. And Ryan Cohen, every time this company grows by $10 billion market cap, is allowed to throw money into the stock at 2066. And you can bet your sweet bippy he will put all his dough into the stock at 2066, because when it's trading at 35.40, why wouldn't he buy the stock at 2066? He'll load up on all 170 million he's allowed to buy, and he'll put in there, what is that, 3.5 billion more in cash into the company. Then they'll be at over 15 billion in cash. Hello? Anyone figuring this out? No one's figuring this out. Wall Street generally is clueless as to how rich, cash rich GameStop is going to be and how powerful GameStop is going to become. It's not a retailer anymore. That's not the future of that company. Anyway, I'm just a guy trying to figure it out, let you in on what's going on. Thank you all for joining us. Computer Wiz says that, hey, smash that thumbs up button for this guy. Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for being here. Blake wants to know what's creating this movement. Aaron is in the house. Good morning, Uncle B. Good morning, all of you. Say hi to me if you can. Tell me, where are you watching me from? I'm in Cape Town, South Africa with Auntie Jen on the Queen Anne cruise ship with Cunard, live from our cabin right now. And we love it. I like the stock is saying GameStop to the moon. Where have I heard that before? I think GameStop is a winner. I think SoFi is a winner. The difference here is SoFi is winning in real money. They are generating $1 billion a quarter in revenue now. That's $4+ billion a year. They're calling for $4.5 billion for this year's revenues. They're going to generate almost $1 billion in profit this year. The stock is really going to go. I don't think they're going to have 60 cents profit. I don't think so. I think it'll be 90 cents to $1. And I think for 27, it's going to be $2 to $2.50 a share net profit. 40 times multiple next year, $100 stock. You heard it here first, second, and third. Love it. Nizan is from Israel. Love your content. Thank you for letting me know where you are. Where are you people out there? Where are you folks watching me from today? Thank you all. Jelly, Jeff Glass. Hey, good morning, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Catching up on double the speed. Go SoFi. Welcome all. And thank you for joining us from wherever you are. You want to learn how to write stock options and quit your day job and change your economic future? Retire earlier than you ever thought possible, retire more comfortable than you ever thought you could retire at. Learn how to write stock options. Head over here to the website, grab yourself some lessons, and start at lesson number 1. Just start at number 1, number 2, number 3. After you watch the first couple lessons, you'll be able to learn how to write puts and calls. You'll already figure that out. By the time you get to lesson 7, 8, 9, you're going to be doing credit spreads, poor man covered calls, cash secured put trades. You're going to know all of this stuff. It's going to change your life completely. And so I look forward to hearing from you as you move forward on this. And I just love getting emails from you folks when you let me know how you're doing. And some of you have been sending me some juicy emails lately. I've really enjoyed them. Mojo, I can feel that question, Uncle Bruce. The movement is up because there are more buyers than sellers. How did I do, Uncle B? I think you're getting it. Generally speaking, at $25.90 for SoFi right now, it's up now $154. There are more buyers who want the stock than sellers who don't want the stock. My personal question is this. Why would you want to sell SoFi right now at $25.90 a share when they just came out with a record-setting, mind-blowing, huge earnings report, up their guidance for the rest of the year, and the stock has already been in the last few months, $32.73. Why in your right mind would you want to sell the stock at $25.97? What are you, nuts? Yes, you're an idiot. That's why. That's the answer. Because even idiots will sell stock in the face of incredible success. Look at Apple. Apple came out with massive numbers last night. People are selling the stock this morning. It's actually down a couple of bucks. Makes no sense. 26.05 on SoFi now. 26.05 on SoFi. Make that 26.12 right now, up 176 in the pre-market, over 2 million traded. SoFi could go to 28 today. Yeah, of course it could. There's no limit to how high it can go. The question is, will it? And if it gets there, does it stay there? Well, those are all the questions we have to get answered. Welcome to the market. Aaron, what did I miss? I just turned in now. A computer was 26. Oh, baby, let's go. 26.16, 26.12 is kind of where we are right now. The stock is rolling, and we are still a ways away from opening. It's in Cape Town, it's 2:45. Where I'm from in Calgary, it's 5:45. In New York, it is 7:45, and we're was an hour and a half away from opening, hour and something. We still got a ways to go. Anyway, welcome all to the program. Welcome all to the show. The easy way for me to keep track of what time it is where is I look at my weather app. and it tells me what time it is. 5:46 Calgary, 7:46 New York, 45 minutes, hour and 45 minutes from opening in New York, if I'm recalling. We open at 9:30 in the morning in New York, and the SoFi shares right now, pre-market, are on fire. They're up handsomely, 26. Last I saw 13, 26.16 now, 26.16 for SoFi shares, up $1.80, 7.3%. Of course, if I told you a month ago that the shares were 26.13, you'd be upset because you'd be going, why did they come down from 32 to 26 bucks? They're down $6 from their high. That's true. But they could set new highs, and that could be at any time, whether it's this afternoon, next week, 2 weeks from now. You tell me, how fast can SoFi go to a new high and go higher than that? I don't know. But we know right now, 26.08 to 26.13 seems to be where we are at the moment. Aaron, I sold SoFi for a $9,000 profit when it was at $29. I bought $9,000 worth of GameStop at $20, and there you go. Nothing wrong with that. Some folks go from one to the other. It's all good. 26.19 on SoFi, up $1.83. Thank you, all of you who are out there who've joined me today live from wherever you're at. If you want to tell me where are you watching me from live today, I would love to know. Jen and I are in Cape Town, South Africa. We welcome you all to the program. We're on the Queen Anne Cunard cruise ship, and I watch the markets every day from on board the ship. I have live internet streaming, so I can keep on top of it. We're at 26.23 now on SoFi, 26.26 now, another 3-cent jump, 26.28, $1.92 higher, 26.28 up 192. Look at that market go, unbelievable. We got some folks telling me where they are at. Roman, New York City, beautiful. Travis, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Louis hanging out there saying hello from San Juan Capistrano in California. Thank you all for letting us know where are you watching us from. We were in Namibia a couple of days ago. Over a week and a half ago, we were in Cape Verde. We've broken through the equator about 5 days ago. We're now so far south here in Cape Town that we're now equal to above, if you figure out how below the equator we are to how above the equator we would be, we're in Tampa Bay, Florida. So we've come all the way up to Tampa Bay, and we're going to go a little bit lower to get around the Cape of Africa. We will be as high as Los Angeles, probably Vegas, Charlotte, into the Tennessee area, Kentucky area, from what I've been able to gather with the north of the equator versus south of the equator. I always thought, for whatever reason, that if you were south of Africa, the Horn of Africa, you were very close to the to Antarctica. How wrong I am. For us to reach to Antarctica from here, we'd have to sail 9 days straight without stopping to get there. That's how far away it is, and that's why there really are no cruises available from Cape Town to Antarctica and back. The cruises to Antarctica start from South America, because the bottom tip of South America is far further south than South Africa is. And that's when you study maps and stuff, you figure it out. So kind of LA is where we are. I'm from Calgary, which is the north of the 49th parallel. We're around the 30th parallel here. Interesting. DH is from LA. Welcome, and thank you for letting me know. Where are you guys at? Where are you watching me from today? Ilke says, hello from Istanbul. Just believe in Ryan Cohen so much. I think he's going to take GameStop to the moon. Rocketeer, Canadian in Cologne, Germany. Welcome, and thank you for saying hi. Richard Conlon has given us thumbs ups. Aaron Duchesne, I'm in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Richard Carlin, hello, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Hello there. London, UK from Aaron. Hello to all of you from Aaron from London. Welcome all to the show. Appreciate you all joining me. SoFi right now is 26.25, up 189 in the pre-market right now. It's this is the high of the day. It had reached 25.80 about an hour ago before the results came out. Then it backed off a bit, and then it shot through there. And here we are now at 26.28, up 192. Now we're at 26.33, up 197. So SoFi is on the march. We got folks telling me where they're watching me from today. Corona, Richard Carlin. We got Corinne. Hi there. Uncle Bruce. Clocus, California. Hostergaard. Oh, hey, I'm in Istanbul too. I was in Georgia for 3 months. Ended up traveling to Istanbul after. I'm from Scandinavia though. Right on, Hostergaard. And here we go. Nizan, what do you think can be the right strategy on GameStop at the moment? I'm currently writing puts to accumulate the stock cheap, but I'm worried I'll miss the bull market on it. Well, if you write cash secured puts, if you want to write like 30s for 6 months out, you'll get a big premium right now. And if the stock reaches 30, those contracts are essentially worthless. They'll depreciate nicely for you. You'll keep almost all that dough, and then you can roll up at the 35s and make money that way from a cash side rather than owning the stock. That might be a strategy. Another strategy is credit spreads. Right, put credit spreads behind the market, say a month or two out, and maybe $2, $3 behind the market with a $2, $3 spread. Those might be nice returns. If you know how to do that from watching my classes, you can do rather nicely with this. Good morning, Dr. Bruce. SoFi has gold approval for S&P 500 as per what Stock Goat was reading. Charlie says, what a pleasant surprise. Great earnings report from SoFi and Uncle Bruce. Good morning to all. Welcome, my friends. Thank you for saying hi to me from wherever you are. Let me know where you folks are watching me from today. I appreciate you all being here. If you can find that thumbs up button, hit the thumbs up for us. Thank you all very much. 26.20 on the SoFi right now, up $1.84. As we're coming up to 7:53 Eastern time, if I'm not mistaken on my clocks. You'll forgive me if I'm not accurate on guessing what time it is, only because I am so many hours ahead of you guys. 7:53 a.m. in New York. Here it is 2:53 in the afternoon, almost 3 o'clock. And the market's open here at 4:30 local time. That's when the market's open here. So, yeah, we still have a ways to go before we see the market opening up. New York now 7:54 with a 9:30 opening today, as per usual. Over at SoFi, we're at 25.15 a share. Last price I see, 26.07. Pardon me. I'm now looking at GameStop. I'm going to check on it. 23.33, up 52 cents on GameStop today. We're going to see a couple of other little things here on Google right now. We're up. We're down 3.56 at 335.10. We have Apple shares today at 255.93, down 235. That's a steal. And triple Qs are trading right now after having a terrible pre-market this morning. They're at 625.58. They're down 385, but they were as low as 621.5, I think. So they've recovered $4. They've been a little higher already, and I have a suspicion they're going to go higher. That's just my own share. Very interesting session. SoFi, over 2.3 million traded, at least 2.3 million. And we're at 26.09, up 173 in the pre-market. Welcome all to the program. Thank you. Let's go. We got Suzette saying hi to me from New York. Thank you, Suzette. Lindsay, nice to have you here. Dan, hey, Uncle Bruce from Yorkshire English. I'm back, Yorkshire, UK. May you and Jen be well. Got SoFi at $16, thanks to you. Back in the day, you said that you didn't trade at all. Why did you start writing puts, etc. again? ATBX. As I mentioned last year, when I stopped going live every day and I shut down the memberships at that time, at the end of July last year, I essentially retired from being a live 5-day-a-week broadcaster and I now had no obligation to not trade to trade at all. I now am a trader. I'm an investor. Jen and I go into different call and put positions, and I no longer feel that if I were live every day, I would be in a conflict of interest, and I never wanted to be in that position. So, by occasionally coming on with a live show or a recorded show, I don't feel that I'm any longer in a conflict of interest telling you about options. And that's why I'm now writing. Charlie, watching from Ottawa, very cold, -21 here. Hector, watching you from the Mexican Riviera today regarding Antarctica. We cruised around South America, stopping in Ashuya, Argentina. Another cruise to see Antarctica. We did not go. Travis, hey, has SoFi already announced earnings? Or are they about to do it today? It's out. The earnings have been released. The numbers are out. Dawn saying love. Thank you very much. Again, thanks everyone for popping by and saying hi to us. This show is on in the pre-market. I'll be off the air before the market even opens. You're on your own from that because I'm going to be busy trading. 26.21 is where we are now on SoFi in the pre-market. We're up 185 or so, 2.5 million minimum traded, at least traded so far. I think it could be even higher than that. It has been one hell of an opening here, a pre-opening so far. Lots of volume, and obviously the street is reacting very favorably to SoFi's numbers, as they should be. There's no reason not to like what they see. This is phenomenal results. These are phenomenal results for SoFi, with $1 billion of gross revenue in the quarter, and profit of almost $180 million, 18% profit margin. That is exceptional for any financial institution. 3.38 million shares traded, as best as I can tell, using CNBC's website. 2613 last trade. Noto, the CEO, has been on CNBC talking about all cylinders hitting strongly right now. Not a surprise. Every quarter it's the same thing. They exceed their numbers and they up their guidance. And I believe that the guidance that they have given us is light. I think that the guidance we're getting is again below what they're going to actually do. They've added over 1 million subscribers in the last quarter. You have to think about members, these members that are now joining up. You get 1 million members becoming account holders of SoFi. They're going to open up a checking account. They're probably going to open up a savings account. They'll likely apply for a credit card. They'll have their debit card. They might look into either personal loans, reorganizing their student loans, maybe looking into a mortgage. We're talking about product after product after product. If they open up their own trading account to trade the markets, they're a client in another division. Now, all of a sudden, 1 million people becoming members of SoFi could be 8 million products being acquired by brand new clients every 3 months. This is phenomenal growth. And this is the kind of growth that these guys are executing across the board. And they're expanding their offerings and raising their revenue per member. And that's why, if you recall, in 2021, when you started watching me and we started talking about SPAC stocks along with GameStop, by the way, 2576 on SoFi. We talked about how SoFi at that time had 2 to 3 million members, and that they were going to go to 4 or 5 million in the not too distant future. They're at 12 million now, 11, 12 million members. They're exploding now. 1 million members a quarter. That's 4 million more this year. Minimum, they'll probably add 5 million this year, and 6-8 products per member. 40 million services that make monthly revenue to the company. This is humongous money. It is just gigantic. Anyway, there it is. It's incredible. Thank you all so far, all being here so far. Vapor Day, thank you. Good morning, Uncle B. Go Sofi. Um, let's see. Bobby Atkinson. Well, here's something for the weekend. A tweet saying the USS Lincoln has gone dark near Iran. Things are about to happen. Bobby, numbers came out 7 a.m. Eastern, already posted. Hostergaard, what do you think of Rocket Lab Prime for a pullback? Or is there even more fuel in the rocket? They are adding orders faster than they can deliver. They're expanding their business left, right, and center. Um, they're a winner. I just think, you have to ask yourself, are you a 1 month player of Rocket Lab, a 6 month player? Are you a 2 year holder? Are you a 5 year visionary of what Rocket Lab is going to be? If you look at what Rocket Lab was 3 years ago to where they are today, you don't recognize how big they've become. And 3 years from now, oh my goodness, massive, massive. I think there's tremendous upside there. Louis sold SoFi cash secured puts that expired today, 121 3 days ago. Thank you, Uncle Bruce, for the classes. Giddy up. There's going to be some profits here. Dan, have you looked at XPEV? I think they might be a steal at the moment. I don't know who this is. I don't know what the company is. Tell me the name of the company. I'll look at it, but I have no idea who this is. $26 on SoFi right now as we waver a little bit, but seem to be indicating an even higher high. 26.02 volume now. 6 million pre-market shares have traded. 6 million in the pre-market. We were just at 3 million 10 minutes ago. 6 million traded. 26.03. And I wonder if there's an attack coming on the stock again. I don't know for sure if there is or not. You're going to have to let me know what your systems are showing you that what the stock is trading at, because it has been an absolute roller coaster lately with crazy valuation swings on SoFi. $26 a share, $25.99, 6.1 million traded. And it has been just absolutely unbelievable. Roach on a tree. There's a fat sell wall at 26.26. Let's go volume on SoFi. Bobby, I'm breathing lighter on my 21.24 spread for next week. Giddy up. 25.92 is the last indicated trade I think is going on. 25.89. Volume now, according to the CNBC pre-market, is 6.28 million shares, and the shares are up $1.49 at 25.85, 25.80. I've seen this pattern now for the last 2 weeks where the shares seem to rise and then they get slammed back. They come back on, they get slammed back again. They come on, they get slammed back. I have no idea why anyone would want to sell into this wall of stock. I have absolutely no idea who and what and why anyone would want to stop this stock from going higher. But it's been a wild ride. There's been no questions about it whatsoever. It has been a wild ride. 6.36 million, 6.4 million now have traded at 25.80 last trade, as far as I can tell you, as I try to give you the most recent after a pre-market trade. Ray is in the house. Uncle Bruce, Ostergaard. I am normally a half to a year put writer, going for 30% profit. Want to try my hand at monthly 10% for those computing profits, and Rocket Lab looking good. Might turn the put I have into a spread, and that might be the way to go. Get behind that stock comfortably, do some credit spreads, take your 10, 15, 20%, and you score half to 3/4 of that spread as a profit, close it out, go forward another month or two or whatever, write another one. Nicely done. However you like it, whether you want to do 1 or 2 week positions, 4 or 5 week positions, you choose the one you like. Jeff Glass, 8 Fahrenheit in snow-covered St. Louis, Missouri this morning. Welcome all. Thank you for letting me know. Where are you guys? Where are you located? Uncle Bruce, happy SoFi earnings day from Bryson, 27. Welcome, sir. 25.86 last indicated pre-market trade. We're now at 8:05 in the morning in New York. We've traded 6.48 million, almost 6.5 million SoFi shares. Yesterday, all day, 65 million. The day before that was maybe 50 or so million. Last week, we were doing 30 million a day. Not much going on there. 6.499 million, 6.53 million now at 24.48 on the session. If I'm right on this, it's either 25.80 or 25.81 is now indicated again. And now I see a 25.95 quote. These numbers are jumping all over the place. I don't know which ones to trust. I don't know. Is there someone attempting to short the stock down? Is there a buying wave taking this guy on? Is there a battle between hedge funds? I have no idea what is going on with SoFi. This has been the fact now for 2 weeks. 25.93, 25.88 is where I see it now. Volume now 6.62 million on SoFi. 25.85, 25.89. Good morning, all from Mandu number 5. Bobby Atkinson, what's your opinion on buying silver metal, not paper? I would not be buying precious metals of any kind, period. I would not do it. I would stay the hell out. I would be simply writing put credit spreads or call credit spreads on mining stocks or on ETFs, being well behind or well ahead of the market and taking my percentage of the action. But buyer beware, a writer beware. There's volatility in town. Mandu number 5, thumbs up 54. Thank you. I have $24.25 and $26 cash secured puts expiring today. I'm assuming on SoFi, says Jeff Glass. So at $25.90, I think you're doing okay. Flint Creek Soap Company, the official soap company of this channel. Welcome to the show. Good morning to you. Nice to have you here, Hostergaard. Yeah, got the 86 strike, $9 premium month put I wrote. I will throw it in a stinker bid to buy a 60 strike put for 65-cent premium to hedge against possible future Agent Orange tariff disasters. There you go. Rock and roll. Welcome all, and thank you for these thoughts. Letting us know what kind of positions are you sitting on these days with your GameStop? What kind of options have you been writing on your SoFis? How are you doing on them? Have you been writing cash secured puts? Have you been doing credit spreads? Are you doing a call writing? What's your strategy? Flint Creek, go SoFi, go. I couldn't agree more. 25.89.90 range, 6.7 million traded, up $1.53 so far. We've been over 26 so far today, but we couldn't hold it. I don't know what, how, where, and when this is going to go, but this is what I'm showing at the moment. 25.89 on 6.75 million pre-market volume on SoFi. Anthony Noto is doing the tour right now of all the TV networks. He's probably in his office in California, and they're linking him in to Bloomberg and Fox Business News, to CNBC, to wherever he can get to tell the world how it's going. The company was quoted saying exceptional results. Exceptional result. Murray, hi Bruce. You're looking very comfortable in that boat. Well, this ship is a beautiful ship, the Queen Anne Cunard. We're here overnight here in Cape Town, South Africa. And it's going to be about 80 degrees here today. Not a cloud in the sky. Bit of a haze over the city. Maybe that is normal for pollution, I suppose. 5 million or so people live in this region, and it's economically very active here, quite busy. Thank you all for popping in and saying hi to me today, letting me know where are you and what options are you sitting on right now? What options have you been writing on your stocks? How are you doing on your option writing trades? I hope you're doing well. The Urban Wanderer, greetings from the Big Apple, New York City. Thank you, sir, madam. Thank you for saying hi from wherever you are and whoever you are. Thank you all for popping by today. We've got a 25.88 to 25.90 market right now, up about a buck 52, buck 54. Volume on SoFi 6.8 million in the pre-market, almost 6.9 now in the pre-market. 65 million all day yesterday. So we have passed 10% of yesterday's entire day's volume just in the pre-market, with a 25.90 last trade, up 154. That's a 6.3% gain on the stock from financials that were released today as expected, and they were, as I expected, fantastic. Absolutely phenomenal numbers with guidance increases for the rest of this year and the upcoming quarter. They've raised their guidance yet again. 30% growth in gross revenue, over 30% growth in net profit. This is compared to a year ago quarter. 1 million new members, 30+% growth in members. Products being purchased, loans for mortgages, car loans, personal loans, credit card revenues, trading revenues from their broker side. Crypto revenue now is coming in, stablecoin revenue. They got it coming from all angles, and they're firing on all cylinders, they say. Brian McFly, hi Bruce, I am heavy in calls on SoFi, and they are printing nicely. Alex, hi all. GROY is worth a look for cash secured puts today. It's a gold miner. I'm looking for 40 cents on a $4 strike expiring March. There you go. I don't know if I'd recommend low price stock to go after options on, but you got to find your niche and go with it. I sure like writing. I sure like the idea if anyone wants to put credit spreads on large miners that are generating, silver miners, gold miners, but you want to be well behind the stock. I mean, you got to be careful here. Get well behind these positions. So, to each his own. Some of you may find an ETF that's a metal ETF. Take a look at the options action on some of these ETFs that are into gold and silver and other precious metals. Maybe that's the area you might go after. But again, make sure there's liquidity, tight spreads between bid and asks on any of these outfits that you want to do option work on. Otherwise, stay to your knitting. Stay close to home. The Magnificent Seven is a great place to work from. The SPYs, the triple Qs, our friends that we follow here very closely, like SoFi, GameStop, and others. You'll find, some that work for you and some that may not work for you. It's up to you. Hostergaard, I also got 5 SoFi puts I wrote at a $30 strike, 837 premium for September of 26. More my usual style. Going to be interesting to see where it goes today. Well, obviously with the stock now at 25.88, 25.90, near 26, up $1.50. This is going to affect these puts in your favor, of course. Will the shares hang around 25, 26 much longer? Are they about to break out to 28, 29? Could we see a run in the next week to new highs beyond 32.50 a share? Stands to reason that the stock could go significantly higher. The question is what the street thinks about it all. 25.90 is where I see the last trade showing on one of my devices on 7,029,000 shares, according to the CNBC pre-market volume count. Significant volumes. Remember now, 7 million shares at $26 a share. How many billions of dollars are we talking about here? This is significant money. No, maybe not billions, but certainly hundreds of millions of dollars of stock are trading this morning on SoFi at this kind of price, at 25.90, at over 7.1 million. There's a lot of money changing hands here on your SoFi shares. Ray, would covered calls be an idea for today? Probably not my preferred choice. I would be reluctant to want to write calls at the moment against the stock. I would want to give this a few days to sort of settle in and see what analysts start coming up with target prices and what their target for the stock is for the next 3-6 months, a year, you may find surprisingly that there will be coming a lot of revisions in the earnings estimates from analysts and projections for the stock. Now, some might just say, 25, 28, 30. Others might come out at 32, 35, 38, 40. And a question of who says which price. If it's a high-end Wall Street brokerage firm analyst, widely followed, coming out with a $40 target price, you got to take that seriously. If it's a small, hustling promoter type analyst who's going to call a $24 stock, the guy's got 2,000 followers, that may or may not work. But someone with millions of followers calling the stock 35 or 40 bucks, that could make it a real difference. And that makes news. Just that news makes news. So we'll see. 25.88 now. Last trade here, 25.89 on 7.18, almost 7.2 million volume on SoFi today. Alex, you'll like this one, Uncle Bruce, wrote a $32 SoFi cash secured put for 10.05 and a $30 cash secured put for 9.05. That's how much I generated. These expire January 2027. So those are lovely positions because obviously at $25.80 to $29 a share, the 30s are worth $1.17 right now, and the 32s are what, 217, and not even that. 32s are, sorry, the 30s, pardon me, the 30s are worth about 416 each, 416, and he got 905 for them. The 32s are worth about $7, give or take, and he got 10 for those. Not bad. He's already doing well. Greetings from Traverse City, Michigan. Thank you, Daddy-O, for saying hi and telling me where you're watching me from. Greetings from Traverse City. Hostergaard, and I was assigned on a SoFi put earlier in January, so should see if there's a good call to write if anything goes flying. And the Hamishi Borg, Uncle Bruce, how you doing, sir? Doing great. Thank you all for popping by, saying hi. Hit the thumbs up button for us if you can. We do appreciate it. 25.82 on SoFi with incredibly good results this morning. The financials came out. It'll be really interesting to see how these shares perform on the open market once we start trading. Will the shares open in the 24.90 to 25.10 level and just sit there? Or will they bust out and come all the way up to this 25.80 level? Or will they go bananas in the first half hour and hit 26.50 to 27.50 on 40 million volume in the first hour? I mean, we're going to find out pretty quickly. Will we break 65 million total volume, which is yesterday's whole day? Will we do that in the first 2 hours today? That is what I wonder about with the kind of results that are being released and the kind of projections they're talking about with this growth rate of in excess of 30%. You got to wonder if the shares can hold down these levels much longer. There's going to be a breakout. I don't see the stock at 25, 26, but I just don't. I cannot justify the stock at 25, 26 bucks a share with this kind of financial performance at this growth rate. I just don't see it. But again, I'm just a guy. Ms. Pony says, you want to know where I'm watching you from? I'm watching you from the Netherlands. Well, welcome from the Netherlands. I was assigned to GameStop at the same time, and then I got 10 warrants, which is a new thing for me. It says the open price is 12.5, the current price of $3.94. What do I do with these things? Well, you can sell them anytime you want. Total, it's all good. The Amishi Borg boom, like no, 67. I have no idea. You're hitting the thumbs up. Thank you. You're number 67 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. Dan XPEG EVs working on flying cars, but also appears to be very capable biped robot. 1832 now, expect big upside. Good luck on that. Juan, number 69, everyone on the thumbs up meter. Hello, everybody. MJ Street, good morning, Uncle Bruce. Getting caught up at warp speed with what you've been saying all morning. Welcome all to the program. Just going live today from Cape Town, South Africa, on board the Queen Anne Cunard cruise liner. Thank you all for joining in. 25.87 in the pre-market is where SoFi is right now, up $1.51, 7.35 million shares traded today. 7.35 million in the pre-market. Yesterday we traded 65 million all day long. Will the shares break through 26 and go after a $27 print this morning when we open up? Or are we going to be back to 24.25 as the day wears on? I don't know. If I knew, I'd tell you, but I don't. 25.96 just showed up a moment ago. 25.97 again is what I'm seeing now. We are jumping around a little bit here. There have been huge swings in the price. There have been huge volume swings. 25.99 is now showing on the screen, trying to push 26 out of the way on 7.44 million shares. High of the morning, I believe, was 26.30 maybe. That might have been the high trade, 26.32 or something like that. 26 right now, up 164 is where we're at the moment. $26. So having fun, everybody. Lots to follow here, to say the least. Urban Wanderer, so good to see you at number 73. Thumbs ups. Thank you. Jam Ham, good morning. I'm lucky 76 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you, everybody. No matter what device you're watching me on, whether you're watching me on a vertical device or a horizontal device, please say hi. Hit the thumbs up button if you can find it, and say hi to me. Tell me where you're watching me from. Any interaction you give me on the comment area adds to this show's street cred with YouTube. It pushes YouTube to push the show to more people. So the more people that can find out about SoFi today, the better, especially if you're a fan of SoFi. So, hey, do yourselves a favor. Say hi to me. Tell me where you're watching me from. What's your temperature going to be today? Are you guys in the throes of winter? Or are you like us here, Jennifer, in the south, in Cape Town, where we're deep south here, 80 for the high today? Let me know what your temperatures are going to be wherever you are, and say hi to us. Say hi to Auntie Jen, and we will pass it back to you. Great to have you with us. Thank you all so much for joining us. Time now in New York is 8:23. We're an hour and 7 minutes away from opening this morning. Welcome all to the program. Thank you for popping in to say hi to us. Back in Calgary, where I'm from, it's cold. It's let me just double check on Fahrenheit. It's 30 Fahrenheit. It's not like bitter, because for Calgarians, 30 Fahrenheit is like enough. It's a walk in the park. 45 degrees. They golf up there in shorts. But 30 degrees in Calgary. Singapore is 79. We're heading there. Tokyo going up to 47. We won't be there for another month or so. London is 50 degrees. Palm Desert, it's 59, going up to 82 today. New York City, it's 5 Fahrenheit right now. High of 16 expected. Let me know what you're faced with wherever you folks are. Trish the Dish, currently in Tamarindo, Costa Rica. Welcome. Sono Sono. Good morning, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Looking like a nice 21 Fahrenheit in Chicago. Got a lot of great viewers from one of the greatest towns on earth, Chicago. Mandu, SoFi and SP inclusion is next. 26 in Carolina. It feels like 19. Jam Ham. We got a nice break from the freezing temperatures in southern Oregon, mid-50s for a bit at least. Computer Whiz, Columbia, Missouri, and cold at 3 Fahrenheit. Trish the Dish, 33 Celsius here. RB, hello to my favorite YouTuber. Thank you, everybody. Bruce the man. Boeing Tiger, Mr. Bruce, good to see you. I'm just catching up on all your comments. Flint Creek Soap Company, -2 in Italy, New York. Welcome, all of you. It's Ryan is in the house, 15 below in Fahrenheit in Ohio. Kind of nippy up there, wouldn't you say? I bet you those mosquitoes are all taken care of, and no grasshoppers either. So those problems have been solved. 25.88, 25.87. We're up $1.50 or so on SoFi. 7 7.67 million volume now going through the tape with about an hour to go before we even open. We're at 7.6 million. Very interesting. I still cannot get over it. There are actually sellers on SoFi at these prices. I can't get over it. The stock's high of the year of all time, $32.73. That is $7 from here has been the high. And that was only a month or two ago. And there are people actually selling this stock at $25.85 right now. I don't know why there would be anyone interested in selling the stock at $25.85 because it wasn't at $15 last week. It's not like someone's making a quick $10 a share here. It wasn't at $22 last week. It hadn't been $22 in what, a year? Why would you want to sell the stock at $25.92 when you just heard this morning from Anthony Noto talking about firing on all cylinders, having exceptional results across the board, and pulling in $1 billion in revenue in 3 months from a company that 5 years ago was hauling in $200 million a year? They're pulling in $4+ billion in gross revenues. They're going to clear probably this full year $1 billion in net profit. $1 billion. That to me is $1 a share or 90 cents a share at least. That's my opinion. I think 40 times earnings is a fair number, but 60 times earnings would not be ridiculous with this growth curve they're on. Well, 60 times 90. So what's that? $63 a share? 60 whatever that. 6 times 9. I just cannot. I cannot fathom why this stock is being sold by anyone at $25.92 a share. Makes no sense. Hector, it will reach 27 degrees Celsius in the Mexican Riviera, 17 degrees at 8:25 a.m. this morning. Giddy up. Dan Watkins, what about physical gold and silver, Uncle Bruce? Does it tell you anything about markets in general? Rampant speculation, out of control, way overpriced for this stuff. You don't earn any interest on it. I would be a seller of this commodity. If I had the physical, I'd sell it and turn it into stock or an ETF with a yield. I'd rather do that. But hey, I can't help people that are into metal. RB, let's go 1,000. Give this guy thumbs ups. Flint Creek, I can't fix stupid. I hear you there. Good day from IR Aaron. Andrew Tomlinson, good morning to you. Thank you all for saying hi to me this morning, telling me where are you watching me from. Hit the thumbs up button for us. Let us know where you're watching us from. It's great to have you with me. $25.99, $25.98, $26 a share is where SoFi is hanging around right now, up 162, 163 a share on 7.77 million pre-market volume so far today. A most interesting opening for SoFi from phenomenal economic results, absolutely fantastic results, and the stock is reflecting a nice little pop here. GameStop today, $23.33, up 52 cents. We've gotten out of that $20, $20.50 range now to $23.30. I think GameStop is going to go quite a bit higher from here. The talk that's coming out now about GameStop in these serious newspapers looking very, very good. Very strong indication of serious new moves coming up on GameStop. They've got $9+ billion cash on hand, and something is about to break, according to some of these writers out there talking about this stock. $25.99, $26 on SoFi, 7.8 million volume so far this morning. Welcome, everyone. Waverly, what did I miss? I just recapped everybody what's going on. We'll see what happens once this market opens for real. Right now, we're still about an hour away from opening, and we'll find out once we get this thing started just what this stock is going to really do. $25.93 on 7+ million, almost 8 million volume so far today. Yeah, that's serious money coming in here. Will it trade 100 million shares today? Will it trade 120 million shares today? I don't know. And the thing I wonder about is if we get that kind of action on SoFi, 100, 120 million shares of turnover, will the stock still be down here at 25.90 or will the stock be at 28.50? That's what I want to know. Again, I cannot understand anyone wanting to sell this stock at prices down here, $7 below the all-time high. Makes no sense. The company's financials justify a premium on the stock. The projections for the next year for the company are very conservative. I think they're very low. I think they're going to be 50% below as far as the net earnings per share. And so I see 90 cents a share net earnings for 26, and I can see $2 to $2.25 for 27, just on their growth curve. The growth curve. That's all I'm basing it on. I'm not making up like, oh, they're going to double their money every quarter. Yeah, I'm just seeing the growth curve they've had now for a year and a half. 2-year growth curve continue. No stopping this momentum, I don't think. And so the stock is half price. And it's an S&P 500 contender, no question about it. It's an absolute S&P 500 contender. The committee can look at this company and look at the numbers are generating in gross revenue. The numbers are making net profit. The growth curve the last 3 years, no issue to me. For me on that, yippee-ki-yay. Howdy, Bagel fam. Happy 2026, and let's have a prosperous and great new year. Let's go. I couldn't agree more with that. I hope you're all having a great January so far. You're enjoying the way it's going. Those of you who have learned to write stock options, congratulations. Head yourself over here to this website. If you want to learn how to write stock options and change your complete financial prospects, go here, because you've got to become an option writer. You have to become the casino. I've mentioned it a million times now since 2021. You have to be the casino and not the sap pulling the handle on the slot machine. The people pulling the slot machine handle are the risk takers. The casinos are the ones writing from a strength position and a knowledge position. And you're writing out of the money worthless contracts to people who are dying to buy them, take a gamble on them, and you're pocketing the money up front. It's like owning a lottery booth. If you own a lottery booth, you always make money, no matter who wins the lottery. It doesn't matter. You get a cut of the action all the time. And if you are a casino, you're the writer and creator of stock options that the gamblers play with. And these are a depreciating asset. Everybody knows it. It's not a secret. They depreciate in value, in premium, and many of them expire absolutely worthless. And the writers have taken gobs of money off the table. It has been the fastest growing area of the stock market now for 4 years, 5 years. There's more money coming into the options business than you can just imagine. Dwarfs the sports betting area. You think sports betting is huge? Options are huger, much larger. And being a writer, you're among a select group of people or organizations that create options. Do what the institutions are doing. Do what banks do. Do what insurance companies do. Do what the biggest hedge fund operators, pension fund operators do. Learn how to write stock options. And there are 19 lessons right here at this website that I've created now in the last number of years. And they can make you an awful lot of money. It's just a matter of whether you want to invest in yourself to do it. Thank you all so much for joining us. I'm going to say my goodbyes now. I've got to save my voice and rest up a little bit, keep an eye on the pre-market myself. I sure hope you guys have a great day out there. Thank you, all of you who've been hitting the thumbs up button for me all morning. It's been just wonderful that you're doing it. Kelly, thank you so much. Best channel out there. Dan, does anyone here know if you can write options on Trading 212? I have no idea what that is. Is that a firm? If anyone knows the answer, help Dan out. Thank you all so very much for your loyalty to this channel over the years. Jen and I so much appreciate you following us. And we hope that you have a great rest of your day and get ready for some fun in February. We'll keep you posted on the high seas, where we're doing and how we're doing. We're at 25.93 right now on Sofi with a volume of about 8,070,000. So there you are, up 159. Now I see 25, 95, 96 range starting to pop up here as we reapproach 26 again on SoFi. Please get rich out there. Don't leave them nothing on the options side. Be a writer, be the casino, and let's get richer, everybody. Thank you, Flint Creek. Enjoy the warmth. Computer Wiz, have a great day. James of the Misty Tree, the boss, started writing again after getting burned a few months ago. Yesterday, she wrote some SoFi $24 cash secured puts for Feb 27, looking really good already for today. Thank you, Uncle B. Neat. There you go. $26, and she wrote 24s. They're already worthless. You gotta love this game. Charlie, thanks for the update, Uncle B. All the best and safe travels to you and Auntie Jen. Dan, thank you very much. Andrea, have a great day. Uncle Bruce, ciao to everybody. This is Bruce and Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen saying